Hey guys, in today's video I will be reviewing and talking about Azzaro the Most Wanted EDP Intense. It is the third newest addition to the Most Wanted line. In front of it is the Parfum and then the new Elixir. This is also a fragrance I've been wanting to get for a very long time, and I'm very happy I finally got my hands on it. Okay, now let's hop into the review. Now the first thing I want to talk about is the packaging and just how it looks. The box it comes in is nothing special. It's just a box you'd find from any other fragrance. But when you open it up, you get something very cool. This presentation I think is one of the best presentations. It mimics a revolver barrel right here. It's just matte black, super sleek. It says Azzaro down there. Really cool bottle design in my opinion. Okay, now let's dive in to how this smells, and we get a little atomizer test as well. So not a terrible atomizer, but not the best obviously. But when it comes to the actual smell of the fragrance, that opening, for me, I get this sort of freshness, but I feel like I get this kind of dark chestnut kind of vibe with that toffee that I'll talk about a little later. And just honestly a very pleasant opening. I also get a great amount of that cardamom. It blends very well with the toffee. It's not that subtle but not too harsh at the same time. This is definitely more spicy than the Parfum. The Parfum is more vanilla based. This one is definitely more toffee, richer smelling in my opinion. Now I actually have the mid or the heart of the fragrance on my hand. And right now, the way it kind of evolves, I feel like it goes mostly directly to that toffee. It kind of gets rid of that cardamom pretty early. And it's just very rich. It's very rich, sweet, but a little tart in my opinion. Nothing that offensive. I feel like it's a pretty inoffensive smell. And I have the actual dry down of the fragrance on the top of the hand right here, which I sprayed on this morning. And you definitely get more of just pure sweetness, not any more of that kind of challenge towards the toffee. It's just very smooth. A little bit similar to Stronger With You, the original, or the Intensely, something along those lines. Something very smooth, sweet, and calm. It also kind of reminds me of the Le Male Elixir Dry Down as well. I do have to say, this is a very addicting scent profile that I feel like many people will enjoy. I would say though that the Parfum I feel like is more mass appealing just because of all that vanilla, the huge dose of vanilla, bourbon vanilla in there. This one I feel like is a little more challenging, but not really challenging at all. Just because it's a more of a warm, spicy fragrance, something with a bit more like depth. I feel like the Parfum is more all about that ginger and vanilla. I feel like this has a lot more aspects that make it a lot more unique, and I feel like that's something a lot of people enjoy more in this fragrance than the Parfum. I haven't talked about this yet, but last year I remember my friend would wear this almost every single day, and I'd always ask like, what is that? Like, let me try it on, because I always thought it was such a good fragrance. I've wanted it ever since then, and I finally decided to get my hands on it pretty recently. While I'm sniffing it a little more, dare I say it, I get a little bit of that 1 million aspect, maybe something like 1 million Royal. I feel like has some similarities to this fragrance, which I never really thought of before, but it's kind of striking my mind right now. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the performance of the fragrance, if it has good longevity and if it has good projection. Now when it comes to longevity, it does. I can still smell from where I sprayed on this morning, and that was around, what time is it right now? That was around 10 hours ago. So I can still smell it a decent amount after 10 hours. Obviously it's the dry down. Obviously it's more faint, but you can definitely still smell it. But someone would just have to be very close to you to smell it after that amount of time. So it does last a good amount of time. Now when it comes to projection, I have to say that at first it has great projection, not beast mode, but it's still up there. And I feel like it tones down a little bit, but it still has a decent scent bubble the entire time until obviously the dry down where someone has to be very close. So yes, I say that this has good longevity and good projection. Now I'm going to talk about when to wear it and where to wear it. So I think that this fragrance can be worn best during fall and winter, or nighttime on any occasion. Summer nights, spring nights, fall nights, winter nights. I feel like nighttime is where this really shines. It's really a compliment getter with that toffee and just that cardamom. I feel like it's not that overpowering. Like, it's spring right now and I'm wearing this. I'm gonna be wearing this during summer too. I might tone down the sprays a little bit, but I feel like this isn't a bad scent to wear in higher temperatures. People say otherwise, but I learned the hard way that it doesn't really matter what type of season you wear fragrance, but you do have to be mindful that more sweeter fragrances could tend to be more annoying in the warmer weather. So just take note of that. But yes, I think that this is best for nighttime in any occasion, like summer, like a date, maybe like a fancy dinner. I feel like this is a perfect fragrance for that. You can definitely wear this to school or work as well. Now, if it's more mature or more playful or youthful, I think it's kind of in the middle. I feel like this can definitely be pulled off by the youth, but I feel like this is also pretty mature. Like, it's sweet, so it has that youthfulness, but I feel like the scent profile in general just seems like you want like to make business, like you're just a powerful figure. I feel like it just brings out that kind of vibe. And I know I already touched on this, but I just want to say again how addicting this fragrance is. I got this fragrance, when was it? I think it was around 5 days ago, and I've worn this 5 days in a row. This is the only fragrance I've worn since I've got it, just because I love the scent profile so much, and it's closely becoming my new signature fragrance. Now retail, this is the 50 milliliter, but the 100 milliliter, which is the most sought after retail, you can find for around $120. I bought this off Joma Shop. You can get the 100 milliliter for around $75 on Joma Shop. I got the 50, which was around $55-$60, I believe. So definitely a discount. If you want to buy this fragrance, I definitely recommend Joma Shop or Aura Fragrance if it's in stock. While some people might not like how sweet this fragrance is, I feel like the spiciness kind of gives it a great blend. So if you enjoy sweet or spicy fragrances, I almost guarantee you will love this fragrance. So definitely check out Azzaro The Most Wanted EDP Intense. Okay, to wrap up today's video, I was talking about Azzaro The Most Wanted EDP Intense, a very good going out fragrance. If you want a fragrance great for going out, for dates, for a dinner, for anything, this is the scent for you. It's sweet and alluring, but it still have this spiciness that makes it unique, and everybody's going to enjoy this scent around you. Thank you for watching. Happy Easter. Jesus is risen, and I'll see you in the next video.